Now on Central Illinois News Day, Illinois governor allocating millions to schools. How the push aims to renew learning skills after a tough pandemic year. Then using social media to bring awareness to trans rights. The push for visibility. Also,
looking to make something new for Easter? We've got a main dish that'll melt in your mouth.
Central Illinois News Day on WMVD starts now.
First, an influx of cash to Illinois schools to renew students' learning experiences. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us here on a CI News Day. I'm Rebecca Brumfield. The move is in response to the challenging year faced by educators, parents, and students alike. Today, Governor J.B. Pritzker is saying $7 billion will be available over the next 3 years to schools. The funds coming from the American Rescue Plan. Pritzker also unveiling the Illinois Renewal Resource Guide. It's intended as a best practices guide to renew learning. He says it's an all-hands-on-deck approach.
It took a village to raise a child before the pandemic turned life upside down. So the best thing that we can do now is engage the whole village in helping the children process the experience and restore the learning.
Also, several new statewide initiatives focusing on high-impact tutoring, social and emotional learning, enrollment in early childhood programs, and higher education and assessment guides for teachers are in the works. A local school district hosting training on what to do when danger strikes. Today, school, law enforcement, and church leaders gathering at Parkview School in Creve Coeur for active shooter training. The program was put on by the company Alice. During the event, an active shooter situation was simulated, and participants had an opportunity to learn effective response strategies. The principal of Parkview School saying the training is all about student and staff safety.
Student and staff safety is paramount. It's always paramount. And not only their safety, but their empowerment. Giving people the authority to make decisions that they know to be in the best interest of those who they serve in that moment of crisis. And that's really what this is all about.
Those who were at the event will be certified to teach active shooter trainings to other groups. A normal teenager killed in what investigators say was a boating accident. 19-year-old Derek Nani was participating with members of the Iowa State University Crew Club at Little Wall Lake when their boat capsized. The teen was a freshman at the school and was one of 2 students killed. He attended University High School where he was actively involved in cross-country, track, and the swim team. Friends, classmates, and teachers saying they will miss his jokes and smile. The school is providing counselors this week. In other news, for the first time, journalists were allowed inside a crowded Border Patrol center that was set up to handle the overflow of children. Officials said yesterday about 5,200 unaccompanied children were being held in those short-term facilities. Miriam Villarreal toured the facility in Edina, Texas.
Every room is full. Every agent is busy, and this facility stretched to the max.
The capacity for this location for COVID purposes is 250. We're holding over 4,100 subjects in this location alone. 3,400
of those so-called subjects are unaccompanied children. Everyone starts in the intake room with medical screenings. Children 14 and over will have fingerprints and photos taken. Next, they'll get immigration documents and a court date. But for most, that's when the process stalls.
While Border Patrol is already done with the entire processing of these individuals, we're not able to turn them over to HHS's custody. HHS does not have the adequate beds to be able to take on all of these kids.
So they wait in these overcrowded pods. The walls are made of plastic, and the floor is covered in a sea of foil blankets.
This is the playpen.
27 of the youngest unaccompanied migrants sleep, eat, and play in a separate room, corralled by a plastic baby gate.
That's their permanent home for these kids until we're able to put them and turn them over to HHS custody.
How does that sit with you?
I'm a father. I don't want to see that. As a Border Patrol agent, I didn't sign up for this. This is not the right place for these kids.
And yet the flow continues to grow along the banks of the Rio Grande.
One's a 12-year-old, one's a 17-year-old. They're from Honduras. They say they're trying to get to where their mom's at in Louisiana, New Orleans.
Many of these children will get sent to the Donna facility where they could wait days, even weeks, to get placed in a real shelter.
Health officials are worried about another new coronavirus wave, and they're asking states not to lower the restrictions so fast. COVID cases are rising in at least 27 states, plus Washington, D.C. The number of cases in the entire nation is up 13% in the last week. In the next few days, more than 70% of the state's 65 and older population will have gotten at least one dose of the vaccine. That's a key metric in deciding if Illinois will enter the bridge phase, or phase 5, on the way to fully reopening. But the state still has some work to do before that happens. Since the governor's announcement, hospitalization numbers have steadily climbed. The numbers increasing every day for the past 2 weeks, with no signs of slowing down. Illinois colleges and universities debating whether or not to require COVID-19 vaccinations for the 2021 fall semester. This past week, Illinois State University President Larry Dietz and other public university leaders appealed to the state for direction on the matter. This comes as Rutgers University in New Jersey announced all students would need a vaccine this fall. An ISU spokesperson says the university is recommending the vaccine to all eligible students and staff, but doesn't expect individual institutions in Illinois to make that decision alone.
Help us as an institution, other institutions in the state as a whole to move toward a more normal operating procedure. But obviously there are a lot of complexities with that, legal issues that need to be looked at. And again, that's something that would really need to come from a state level.
The spokesperson for ISU is saying testing sites will remain on campus during the fall semester, and all Redbirds will still be required to wear a mask while on campus. We'll take a look at this morning. Some of our members got the community to participate in an Easter egg hunt, but it's not for everybody. The event is exclusively for our furry friends. Peoria's Wagon Tails Resorts hosting an Easter egg hunt for their boarding and daycare dogs. They made homemade treats of yogurt, blueberry, strawberry, and a banana, and the dogs played with the Easter eggs. The manager telling us that the business was fortunate enough to remain open during the pandemic because it was deemed essential, but they still had a huge drop in business. They say they would have 4 boarding dogs on weekends instead of at least 50 like they're used to. With Easter and spring break this month, he says things are getting back to normal.
So dogs are like family, and we want to treat them like that, as if they were all our own. So we'd love to do these fun events for them because you do the same for your kids. We are so excited to have everyone back and being fully booked. We're completely booked for 2 weeks now.
She says Wagon's Tails will continue to throw special events for their doggos, especially as COVID mitigations loosen.
You're watching Central Illinois Newsday with Rebecca Brumfield and meteorologist Molly Naslin with your local weather authority forecast. This is Central Illinois Newsday on WMVD.